Today, I'm going to show you the cards that I made using a Love from Lizi collection. Hi everyone, this is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Albums, and I was actually going to make a mini album with this, but I just was in the mood to make some cards. So I picked up the Love from Lizi Under the Sea collection and also this Sheetload paper. And actually, I was going to cut that out and use that as a greeting, but I never did. You know, her collections come with so much stuff. So I got these stamps and also a couple of dies, lots of ephemera, a couple of scraps of fabric. I didn't use them all, but I will show you what I used. So let me show you the cards that I made. I'm going to start, well, at the beginning and show you some cards I made using a card sketch from Call Me Crafty Al. I think it was the June 2026 card sketch. It had this arch in it. Had some paper. It was a little bit different. Oh, she tore her paper. Now, I also am trying to use my stash, and I had this glitter paper. It's no shed glitter paper. Just double checking, making sure it still doesn't shed. And I had this stamp set. So this hello didn't come with the Love from Lizi, but Can't Wait to See You did come from there. So I'm going to show you a couple of cards I made using this card design. So it was fun. I had fun using some different inks that I had, and then added some of the ephemera. That is a little gem in the center there. Used some of the what are those? The adhesive gems. This was one of the dies. I thought they were fun. I had some letter dies, so I wrote waving hello, and now I see that N, I think, is it backwards? I don't know. It looks funny. Anyway, that one's pretty simple, but I love the ephemera that comes with it. And I had this iridescent paper that worked really nice with this card kit, collection card kit. The peel-offs were these pretty turquoise ones, so I used those in several places. So still, these are ones that I made using that card sketch. Then after that, I grabbed a couple of different card sketches. Ones that I've used before, but, and I don't know who designed this card sketch, but they're similar. I added just a couple of pieces of ephemera on there. So that one obviously says a happy hello. And then I used a different stamp set. I think it was Avery L. That says thank you. So these are cute. I mostly did greetings that I could use. Now that seahorse die did not have an outline. You would to cut it out of the paper, but I just couldn't figure out a way to make it work. Now in retrospect, I should have cut that out with something a little bit lighter, but I mean, it's cute. It's cute. I used different dies that I had in my stash to make it look like seaweed. And then these jellyfish did come with the set. All right, so here I got a little creative and made a shaker using the fabric that was in the set. It was this pretty iridescent fabric, and I took some big glitter, I guess is a good way to put it, and put it inside. I thought that was fun, and I liked how that one came out. I did have an actual shaker that I decided to use for here, and use some of the different pieces of ephemera that came with there. There were some dimensional gems and things. There's a little sea turtle there, and I just added that. There was this wooden shell. I used some embossing powder just to color it. And then the flowers, I just needed a little something. So I just punched out the flowers and put in a couple of pearls that I had. Stamped a happy hello on a little tag. And there we go. Loved this paper. It was really pretty. Then I found this cutting guide and decided to use that to cut out a couple of coordinating cards. So I will link that in the description box. I just saw it on Pinterest. I think it was from 2020. It was a long time ago. There may be a video on it. There may not be. But basically you would use one sheet of 6x6 paper and cut it into 3 pieces. I used different paper here, but to make the card. So it was fun, and I used up some scraps as well. So they're pretty. I like how they came out. Here's another card sketch. And I think that one came out nice as well. Then I got a little artsy fartsy and used white embossing powder and watercolors and then some ink and stamped across a piece of white cardstock and then colored it. I like how these came out, and I'll probably use this idea again. All I did is stamp Hello Summer from another set I had in my stash. Very simple cards. I used 2 different kinds of dies. For the outside, that's obviously a scalloped rectangle, and this was sort of like a decal rectangle. But I like how those come out. They were fun to do as well. And then since I was in the mood of doing that, I inked again with just some ink I had in my stash and made a very simple card, but I had fun inking this. I probably could have done something a little more fancy. So after I did this card, I did a larger one and made this. So most of my other cards are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This one is 5 by 7, but this is that same style. I just inked and used a lot of different colors and put it on some of the no shed glitter paper. I cut this out with a die, added one of the fish from the dies, and a couple of enamel dots that I had. So I think that was fun. And since I was on that kick, I wanted these two. I think I like this better. I'm going to have to cut another one out and do that. But then finally, so again, I was having fun with some ink and using the white enamel. And I made this with the stamps because up to that point, I hadn't used the stamps at all. So I thought they were really pretty, so I decided to use them. So really the stamp and inking is the star of the show on this card. I did put some iridescent cardstock I had in my stash. I used a die to for the sentiment, and then added one of the gems there. Can you see it? There it is, right there. And then since it's almost the 4th of July, I did the same thing and added some, using some of the starfish, and just made sort of a red, white, and blue card. Just a little nod to red, white, and blue, but it's mostly nautical. So that was a lot of cards. I don't know how many I got total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 cards, and I still have a couple more scraps that I could use, but I just wanted to finish with these because I really had enough nautical cards. I will save the scraps and use them for something else. But that is it. That is what I used with a Love from Lizi card kit. I will put a link in the description box if it's still available. If not, I will link Love from Lizi's site. It was, I think I did a haul video when I got it. If I did, I'll link that below too so you can see what was in the kit. But it was fun to get, and I'll do it again. So that's what I wanted to show you. Thanks so much for watching, and have a fabulous day.